Hi, warriors, Traviseen here, and welcome back to our adventures with the Gnome Warlock.
Salutations.
Today, we are in Lower City, guys, in Shatrath, hanging out with all the vagrants.
Good day to you.
A lot of them are just lying on the ground, taking naps. Some of them are completely out of it. Spare a copper, sir.
Hey there.
Can't even give them a copper if you
How are
wanted to. And we're going to head back to the Bone Waste, guys. We're going to go save some children that have been captured by the bird people, or the Arakoa as they are called. And they captured these children to perform dark magic on them, or dark magic experiments. The Arakoa actually, I believe in Warlords of Draenor. I'm not too sure how far back it goes. But in Warlords of Draenor, I believe they were able to fly. But, they were cursed by, the shadow magic that they started performing. There's like a civil war that happened between, the high caste Arakoa that worshipped the sun, and then an outcast faction that discovered dark forbidden shadow magic. And supposedly the ruling caste defeated them and threw them into Sethic Hollow, which is a pool of black corrupted blood belonging to a dead ancient god named Seth. And then when they fell into that blood, they lost their ability to fly. And that's why they are like this now. And they build their I guess their cities or towns or whatever you want to call them high up into the sky. So they can feel like they're, I don't know, closer to the sky again, I believe. And currently, right now, in the Burning Crusade, they're doing shadow rituals to summon an ancient, multi-eyed bird god named Tarok to restore their glory. And they're fueling these dark experiments by, I guess, capturing newcomers to Outland, sort of like these children that they captured. I gotta get out of here, I'm gonna die. Just follow me. Run away, Juggin. Juggin went down. Pulled too many. How long are they gonna follow me for? Like forever? Or take? I'm gonna go all the way back to Shatrath. Let's get another fell guard here.
Do not waste my time, lesser creature.
Alright, well, let's go save these kids. And whoever else we find that they are trying to perform these dark rituals on. And I hope you guys are doing well today. Doing pretty good. I heard Rockstar is supposedly going to be doing a lot of remastered It's going to be a lot of remastered games coming out in the next few years after the release of Grand Theft Auto 6. Will be in September, supposedly. They didn't really say which games would be remastered, but a lot of people are assuming Grand Theft Auto 4 will be one. That's the one with the legendary Niko Bellic. Probably one of my favorite main characters, if not my favorite main character in all of Grand Theft Auto. Supposedly Red Dead Redemption 2 or maybe Red Dead Redemption 1 will get a remastered. Max Payne 3. Never really got into Red Dead or Max Payne. I've heard really good things about Red Dead Redemption though. I'll wait for this patrol here. Smart move to do for these gaming companies, right? Just remastered games, and a lot of people will probably, you know, check them out again for a second or third time. Blizzard did that for, I'd say, the last 5 years, or the last, say, 10 years. They've been focusing a lot on making remasters for all their old games, like the original Warcraft RTS, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3, StarCraft Brood War got remastered. The Diablo franchise as well. And World of Warcraft, right? So they kind of went through all of that already. And it's clearly been a success, so not surprised that we're seeing other, you know, gaming companies or studios, you know, doing that as well. We have a few more to go here. There's another cage over here. Doesn't look like it. What else do we need here? We have to attempt to purify the Darkstone of Tarok. Yeah, and that's the god they're trying to summon. They're really cool in Warlords of Draenor. It's too bad we won't really get to see that again. But I know it has a bad rap, but the leveling in Warlords of Draenor was a lot of fun. And the world they did a great job with with Outland, right? It's sort of like they show you Outland before it got corrupted by the Burning Legion. We got to see like what Auchindoun looked like before Murmur was summoned and blew up everything. Same with Shadowmoon Valley. Really beautiful zone. Like pretty much everything looks sort of like Nagrand. It's like vegetation everywhere. Would have been cool seeing, like, having that, like, Warlords of Draenor Classic come out during TBC anniversary, so you could just compare the two timelines. We're gonna pull a bunch of stuff here, probably. Just gonna tell him to run back here. want to fear him away. I think we might pull more. Tell him to... I'm gonna finish this guy off. Hopefully he doesn't pull any more mobs here. And these Arakora feathers, they actually sell for like 50 silver each. Not a bad little farm, an Arakoa. The Arakoa feather farm, if you can sell them though. It's mostly for people that just want to turn the quest in right away, instead of having to actually farm Arakoa. What do we have to do here? To purify the dark stone of Tarok. There we go, it's complete. We have disrupted their rituals, guys. We have saved the children. Alright, so let's make our way down here. We still have a lot of spiders to take down. And then there's also a quest in a crypt just ahead here. And yeah, I haven't really been playing the... I haven't had, like, any Paladin videos coming out. Got a comment about that in the last video. And the reason why is I've kind of hit a wall on the Paladin. And I need gold. It's also kind of a weird... just a weird time when you're playing as a tank paladin, especially when you're trying to be a person who likes to pug instead of like raiding with a guild. It's hard to actually get into raids as help this druid out here. Yeah, it's just really, it's just really tough to get into pugs. I've been trying to get into a few, and it's just a pain to get into like the newer raids like Tempest Keep, and I can't really do SSC yet because I need like 1,500 to 2,000 gold to get the resist gear for the first boss Hydrus. I kind of want to save the gold for the Warlock. And I know you could say like, "Oh, why don't you just join a guild?" But then that's like a pretty big commitment, and I don't just want to join a guild and then, you know, eventually maybe get burnt out, because I am going to raid on the Warlock. Probably more than the Paladin. Just because it's just easier to get into raids as a Warlock. compared to as a tank paladin. Funny thing is, though, the contrast is it's so easy to get into heroic dungeons, right? Everybody wants you for heroic dungeons, but for raids, no. So it kind of flips. And I couldn't really like raid with two characters in a guild. And we've kind of gotten to a point where like it's just we're kind of just raid logging on the character, right? Like the dungeon heroic dungeon grind is pretty much over as a prop paladin. We don't really need anything from dungeons. It's mostly just raids now. And then once you get to that point of the game, it's kind of just raid log. And I'm gonna keep doing Gruul's Lair and Meg's Lair. I'm trying to get into Tempest Keep, but it's kind of a pain. Need gold for SSC. And then for Karazhan, I don't really need that much loot for Karazhan. And then some people say you could just play Ret, right? And that'll help you get into raids maybe a bit better. Give you a better chance to get into raids, but not really. Most raids only bring like one Ret, if that. So it's sort of just like as a tank, right? There's really only one spot for you. It's not like as playing a Warlock or a Mage, where there's like multiple. Or they want like multiple of your class, like 5 of you. And that's why I decided to play a Warlock, because I knew... I always do this when I play WoW. I decided to play a class that gets you into raids pretty damn easily. Or you're playing a class that like not a lot of people play, like a Boomkin. I usually play like a Boomkin as well in WoW. It's just like a class that nobody plays, but every like raid wants at least one. Think about Paladin though. There's a lot of Paladin tanks. So I guess he started that quest, which is fine. We'll do it later. It's an escort. Yeah, it's pretty tough to get into raids as a paladin tank. Healer would probably be the easiest. Well, I'll be honest, I already healed on my druid the last time I played TBC, and druid's a lot more fun than Holy Paladin in my opinion. So, if anything, I'd want a tank, and we'll get into raids eventually. It's just gonna take some time. I'm going to be a little bit more casual on the Paladin is pretty much what I'm saying. And I'm mostly going to be focusing on the Warlock now. Because we're just raid logging, right? Like, there's not much to do. And we'll get to that point on the Warlock as well. Once he gets his pre-bis and raid gear. But the cool thing is I'll have 2 characters, and I'll probably raid on the Warlock, so it'll be more consistent. It's just I'm not too sure if I could handle raiding. I wonder how long it would be per week. It's usually like 6 hours per character per week, so it'd be like 12 hours, potentially 18 during progression. Sometimes guilds do like an extra raid night. But I just wouldn't be down for that. It's just too much raiding. I don't mind like 6 to 9 hours. It's not too bad, but once you start getting over 10, it's a little much. But I'm not really just giving up on the Paladin, it's just... There's not much for me to do at the moment, and I have... My spec currently... My secondary spec is a gold farming spec, and that's kind of important at the moment, because I need gold for both my Warlock and my Paladin at the moment. So I couldn't really, like, switch to Ret in PvP, or switch to Holy and try to, I don't know, PvE. Unless I want to spend gold doing that, like switching specs all the time. But to be honest, I don't really want to spend like 50 gold multiple times a week on, you know, spec changes. I think it might be cheaper in TBC though. But it is an issue for Paladins. I read a Reddit post, a guy said he's pretty much quitting WoW. Quitting TBC because he can't really find a raid spot as a tank. And he doesn't really want to play Red or Holy, so he's kind of just done. And I know what he's going through, because it is a pain to get into raids. Like, you can get into heroic dungeons, but once you're kind of geared past that, then it's what's the reward from doing heroic dungeons, right? Not much, really. You can maybe turn into a gold farm, but that's a little annoying as well, because you're like providing a tanking service, like when you could just hop into Strat Home and just chill and not have to deal with, you know, someone getting upset if they feel like your tanking service wasn't up to par, or having to deal with somebody who doesn't, or just drama in general, right? From providing a service to somebody. But that's kind of what my Paladin is at the moment. It's mostly just a gold farmer.
I appreciate your help, adventurer.
And I'm going to try to get him into the raids whenever I can.
Let's get out of here with a hurry. No, it won't be long before more cultists come after us.
And it'll probably get easier as well, because we'll be able to... we'll be able to get into raids much easier once we have more gold, and we have the resist gear, and we have, you know, engineering as a profession.
Light. Must remember the light.
But we did a lot in the Paladin, right? We leveled from 1 to 70, we got Prebis, we did Karazhan, we did Meg's Girl's Lair. And now it's just the other raids, right? The only content we really could do is we did PvP as well for a little bit. Didn't dive too hard into PvP, like I didn't do arena or anything like that. But we did some battlegrounds with some pretty crap gear, but it helped us get into heroics. That's the funnest like part of WoW, I think, is getting the Prebis. Like once you hit 70 and you're just focusing on Prebis to get yourself into raids, it's a lot of fun. We're almost at that point with the Warlock here. I think that's an issue with WoW's endgame for PvE, especially in the classic version of the game. There just really isn't many other game modes where you can, I guess, you know, enjoy the content, right? It's mostly just raiding, which is fine. It's a lot of content. But there isn't like Mythic Plus or anything like that like they have in retail. Or the other like solo game mode that they have, like with Delves, right? Which is pretty much solo Mythic Plus. This guy doesn't get killed here. Well, they do have, you can PvP with your PvE gear. Like, some PvE stuff is really good for PvP. Some trinkets and items like that. I can find my way from here, my friend. Makeda will reward you for your kind actions. So there we go. That was actually too bad. We did alright in there. Sometimes that that escort can be annoying. You can also get ganked by Horde as well while doing it. And there's the kids. They're all back safe.
All my friends. Now I have someone to play with. Thank you, Mr. Adventurer. Since I have kids to play with, maybe you would like one of my toys? That way you have something to play with too.
I heard the explosion from here, not with my ears, but with my heart. If the touch of the blessed Noru Adao is not enough to bring the Arakoa to redemption, nothing will be. Those who have not given themselves over to the light are mere servants of evil. They must be destroyed. Vale Rays was a particularly wicked colony of Skedis. Despite the village's eradication by the Orkin Dune disaster, Tirok's influence remained in the malign spirits there. Travel west to Vale Rays and slay those murderous wretches. You'll find them to the west of the Shadow Tomb, on the border of Bone Wastes and Terokar Forest. This will be our first blow against Tirok and the Guardians of Skedis.
The light might have forgotten me, but I have not forgotten the light. These relics were once very sacred to my people. Allowing the Shadow Council to use their power for evil is unthinkable. You rescued Akuno, a dear friend of mine. For this, I am in your debt, adventurer. The bones of the dead and I litter the bone wastes from the explosion of Orkin-Dune. Their spirits are restless and cannot move on to the next life. Adventurer, you must help me to recover their bones and take them to their final resting place. Only then will they be at peace. Only then will they know comfort. Gather up the restless bones with care and deliver them to Ramdor the Mad at Orkin-Dune in the center of the bone wastes. Despite his name, he will know how to care for them.
Alright, let's pick up some bones here. And I'm still going to play the Paladin. Just want to clarify that. It's just the uploads won't be as... we're kind of at the end of it being like every day. Like there just really isn't much for me to do. Like I could show the gold farm, I guess. Like here we go, another Stratholme gold farm session. But I don't know. We've already shown it, right? Once is like I don't know if I want to show it again and again and again. Maybe I'll show some like heroic dungeons we haven't done yet. And I'm obviously going to show like every raid we hop into, where there's a potential to get like, you know, some nice loot. And we'll eventually get into the phase 2 raids, Tempest Keep and SSC eventually, as time goes on. Just have to find a pug to hop into. And potentially, like, when my Warlock joins a guild, maybe there'll be pug or alt runs in that guild, right? And I could, like, bring my Paladin to those. So I do plan on joining the guild for my Warlock, just so it's a little bit more... Just so I don't have to, like, put a bunch of time into trying to pug, because it does take a lot of time to just sit and chat and try to get into a group. But maybe as a Warlock it wouldn't take that much time. Maybe I could just pug on the Warlock too, but... if it becomes kind of a pain, I'll just join a guild.
Fight your own battles.
I know some people were given this paladin solutions on Reddit, like what he could do. He's like, you could make your own groups, your own raids, run your own raids. Like that's a pretty big job in itself. Or make your own guild. That's like a full-time job or a part-time job, I guess you could say. Like recruiting people for a guild, running the like raid leading, all that. Like that's a lot of work. And I'm just not really down for that either. I doubt that person who wrote the post is as well. Not many people are. I've done that before though, when I've made guilds to recruiting, and it's just a lot of effort. It's not worth it, in my opinion. After you do it a few times, you never do it. You kind of just stop doing it. I think I did it in like Warlords of Draenor 2019 Classic. I did a lot of that, like vanilla, and then after that I kind of just stopped and I never did it again. Just a lot of drama you deal with, right? Over like a game, which is kind of annoying. A lot of loot drama, a lot of like casual versus like sweaty player drama. Always like a push and pull between those two groups. So when your guild's like, a lot of guilds say they're semi-hardcore, like every guild says that. Right? So they don't want to say they're casual, because if they say they're casual, which most guilds are, then they think they won't get decent players that'll help them like clear content. Okay, we're gonna get wrecked here probably. Interesting. Is he like gonna wait for me to use Soulstone? Is that the plan here? I wonder why they did that. Who's Floon? He's got a level 70 helping him with it. It's gonna kill that, but this will lead pretty damn easily. Oh no, we're in trouble! Why the heck did I do that? I think this wouldn't even work even if I did get it off. Yeah, they're immune. Nice, he hit me. Thank you so much, man. Actually helps, because him hitting me, if we died to the NPC, he'd actually take durability loss. But since he killed me, it's a PvP kill. You don't really take durability loss from that. It's one thing about WoW; it's very forgiving. World PvP wise, or just compared to like old school MMOs from the 90s, where you'd like really get punished for dying, or was like taking a PvP death. I think that's why it was so successful. WoW, it kind of balanced the. It made, like, MMOs not as daunting to play. Because some people, like, if they get punished too much, they just don't play the game anymore. They get fed up. And rightfully so, right? It's a game. You're supposed to have fun. You know, like, not everyone enjoys the the punishment, I guess you could say. I don't either, but I don't mind it. I kind of enjoy it though as well, because that's why I play on PvP servers. It just makes it has that like real world like risk to it, right? Like that kind of like you can get taken out at any moment. But in WoW, it doesn't really matter. Like, someone kills you, that's whatever. You don't lose anything. But in some other games, like Rust or certain Tibia servers, I guess RuneScape's another one too. Like, you can get killed by somebody and they can, like, there's a chance you drop, like, a really nice piece of loot and they take it from you. But the problem with games like that and servers like that is they end up just getting dominated by a group of people. And then it's pretty much over at that. I wouldn't say it's over, but like you could obviously like round up a group of people and like war your way back into like getting control of the server, but it just becomes like a constant fight of like trying to get control of the server. And if you're not a part of like any faction, you're like a solo player, you just get farmed or bullied by those groups. It's kind of toxic.
You cannot command.
That's why World of Warcraft did well. Found a balance, right? They made like World PvP not that punishing. Really, all you have to do is just run back to your body. It's not too bad. And it's still kind of fun, too, at the same time. More about fun, right? Than, like, trying to control the server and get loot and grief other players. Yeah, WoW found a pretty good balance with that. So I don't really care if somebody ganks me. And wow, it's not that. It sucks when you get camped, for sure, but I wonder what this is for. Hopefully it's like set the calls. But that rarely happens. I think the player base isn't really like into camping. But there is a lot of people who just like, oh look, there's a horde player, let's attack them. DPS had to go, ran out of time. Is it set the calls? Oh, nice. Okay, fresh Sethic. That'll be fun. Guess we'll make our way down there. Might need to run in a bunch of horde outside camping. I guess that's like a punishing aspect of a world PvP server. PvP servers is the camping outside of dungeons and raids. But it's fun. It turns into sort of like a little battleground in the open world, right? Sometimes it's your faction camping, sometimes it's the other one. I'm not really sure. Is this set the calls? This one worth all the birds. No, that's Falconite Crypts. think we have more Aconite Crypts quests. Shadow Labs there. Can actually sell a few things before we jump in. Clear up our bags a little bit. We also got this Theme Tonk controller from quest where we save the children. Summon and control your Steam Tonk. I think this one's probably Set the Calls. And the other one up there is Mana Tombs. Yeah, here we go.
A couple of tree houses don't make a home, but it was vast improvement over the Sethek halls. Comfortable as it was in Shatrath, I can't bring myself to return to my true home in Skedis without my sister. She's still trapped in the Sethek halls.
I think they're in there already, clearing stuff.
Held prisoner by our older brother. I should have suspected he would send you after me. He tried to talk me out of returning to the Sethek halls, but I couldn't live with myself if I allowed Laka to die in there. My people honor an ancient hero named Terok. Arakoa hatchlings are regaled with stories of his deeds and descriptions of his beautiful plumage. He dwelt among my people for hundreds of years, but mysteriously vanished one day, leaving only his masks and writings behind. The relics are cherished by the Arakoa. They were heartbroken when the Sedek bore the objects away from Skedis at their departure. I have written down what little I know about their location within the halls. The Sethekek departed Skedis with great fanfare when Akim Doom exploded. Surely it must have been an omen of our master's arrival. My brother Scythe was one of their leaders and told us we were obligated to go into the temple ruins and face our god.
It's
After we
Spell
took up
Reflect.
residence in the ruins, calling them the Sethek halls, I began to doubt my brother and his
They all have
might.
Spell Reflect?
At the time, Scythe had me cast out of the halls, but he refused to let me take our sister Laka with me. Will you help me rescue her?
Alright, well there we go. We're in Set the Calls. This is pretty quick. Didn't think it would be this fast. That's going to be the end of today's episode, guys. Next episode, we're going to complete this dungeon, Set the Calls. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.